just gotta lift your right shoulder.
Hany, is that your client or something?
Yeah, if he comes back, let's see.
Yeah.
That's it. The comeback. We're here at Gold's Gym Venice at the YoungLA shoot. Flew in from Dallas, even though I had to be at the Nationals. Got a phone call from Gary. They're doing this shoot. Can't pass up the opportunity for the Gold's Gym YoungLA collab. So we're gonna get some of this stuff on so we can start shooting. Let's go. Down the road, we'll find profit. You're gonna always have to leave cash. All joking aside, that is 100% and altogether. Super clear, right? Am clear? Yeah. Super clear. Just give you those 97. Super clear. Why are you laughing, Dave?
What's the shooter got to say today, Joe?
I didn't have
That's
to be
good.
blessed.
All right, so we're just shooting some new pieces. They just put myself, Jay, Michael Hearn in the new Gold's Gym YoungLA collab drop. We're doing the full shoot. Definitely, they both look amazing still. Mike looks like he's getting ready for a show. He's even got his pro tan on, right? You know, we got him orange Mike. And it's honestly very nostalgic for me because when I used to come here, especially back when I was competing, I'd come in here, get my pump on, go in the posing room, get ready for the Ironman naturally. We're talking 25 years ago. And now looking back at everything, it really makes me feel super, super just blessed to be able to do stuff like this with amazing legends. All right, guys, I'm here with none other than Mr. Vaughn Walker himself. Vaughn, what is going on, dude? You had a good year this year. Made some good changes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good changes. Body's kind of coming along.
Yeah.
Right.
Had the pro debut.
Yep.
Did 2 pro shows total, but I think we brought like a really good package.
Yeah.
But judges' feedback, they're saying I'm just like not big enough. For the division yet. So taking a nice 2-year off season, put on some size, eating some good food. But other than that, I think 2027, 2028 is going to be the next stage appearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, make sure you check out Vaughn. Obviously, he's always doing good things. When's your next treats, bro?
We should have some new flavors rolling out this next year.
On the pretzels?
The pretzels,
Okay.
yeah. We have a cookies and cream, blueberry crumb,
Oh, nice.
chocolate peanut butter, and strawberries and cream.
That's awesome. I can't wait to try them because they look great. I saw the posts, but yeah, I gotta try them out. But again, athlete, entrepreneur, working super hard, traveling, making sure that he's doing all his other obligations too. He's been with YoungLA for how long now?
5 years.
5 years. Crazy. So you beat me by a year and a half. Yeah. So yeah, but that's awesome because you guys are always hustling. So it's great to see everything you're doing. But you got to make sure you kind of come to Dallas and train again.
Whenever I have the invitation.
Okay, the invitation's out there. So we just got to schedule it.
Awesome.
You get you out there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, the most important thing that I always ask you whenever I see you is, how is one person in your life? Who is that person I always ask about?
Angie.
No, Angie and mom.
Yeah.
How's mom?
Mom's good.
Yep.
Mom is 84.
84. So, backstory, when Jay and I were working together for those Olympias, his mom, amazing, would be with me and Nas, and when she would be eating with us, we would go get Bud Drucker's burger, when we get you a burger, and we get Phil a burger, and then we would have a burger with her.
I love staying at the Orleans, which is so strange, but which full circle, I think the show's back there now next year. But my mom still always says to me, maybe I should come out to the Olympia. I said, Mom, you wouldn't even know anyone anymore. Yeah. Which she loved.
She know us.
Yeah, she always asks, though. She still looks kind of the same, to be honest.
She aged well.
I know, 7 kids and a lot of time, but I went back for Thanksgiving, so I get to spend time with them and meet my brothers. And, it's kind of funny as the years go by, the more important things come out, right? And time is the most important thing on our side, especially us being over 50, right?
Yeah, because when you become a little bit older, you start to really appreciate it, and you get to where you want to be financially, but really what it turns down to is exactly what you said. It's time and family.
Yeah. Everything. It's pretty amazing, though, to reflect back. And she wouldn't come to Vegas now, which is unfortunate. She really doesn't want to fly. I always invite her to come out, but it's good to go back to Massachusetts. She likes the seasons, too. I'm not a big seasons guy, but...
Yeah, you love Vegas.
I love California weather, and I love the freedom of Vegas. It's kind of like Texas, right?
Yeah.
Big switch up. I always ask you, how do you like Texas comparably? And it's probably the same reasons.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And the weather, honestly, doesn't bother me. I like a little bit of the snow when we get a couple of days of it, and it gets a little bit cold.
You guys got heavy hailstorms there?
There are, but luckily, knock on wood, we haven't had it in our area.
Open up a roofing business.
Yeah, that's what everybody does. All the biggest roofers have all the nicest cars.
I know everyone opens up a roofing business there.
Yeah. But yeah, so you got all your projects rolling. Everything's going on with the projects.
Yeah. Everything's...
you got the new TRT.
The wellness clinic.
Yep.
Supplements I'm still doing. Obviously, we're here for YoungLA. I'm still doing a crazy podcast. Doing, the content is so important these days, but it's more the educational side. And I always reflect back to kind of a lot of things that you taught me, even being someone who everyone looked at as having the most knowledge of anyone. And sometimes they question the trainer, like, what does he know, right? But it's just, everyone has their own style, and that's the unique thing about, even at the same time when you train Phil and I together, they're 2 totally different training styles. Nutrition, totally different. Certain responses to different types of food, and that's what makes someone a really good eye. Like I always say I hate to say coach, because people always ask me today, like, what do I need? Do I need and I said, you need a great set of eyes that's going to be honest with you. And someone has the ability to navigate and separate, okay, this physique needs this or that type of training. It's just like you're telling, which a lot of people don't know, is like, Phil, he didn't train his arms so much because it threw the physique off. Everyone can have a crazy body part, just like my legs in the beginning, I had to not train them. But there's certain body parts that need more work, and it's just like when we started working together for the back and arms, to round off the arms, doing spider curls and the things. You learn those things. So I constantly put out a lot of educational for all the short form content, and I think it helped people evolve at all levels, especially the younger generation, which I think is awesome. And I'm getting, like, I walk in my office today and I look at all these awards and the accolades or even the pictures on these walls. That doesn't give me excitement like the content does, to be able to have someone come up and say, man, I saw something that it really made a difference. I did this or that. And one of those things is actually like not sloppy form, which I train super sloppy.
Yeah.
I constantly say that, guys. So everyone that wants to correct me on all the social media, I'm loose when I train. Everyone today is like super.
Yeah. Well, that's the science stuff, right? But you have a little bit more body English. I don't think you were super sloppy, but I do think you were more loose with your form.
First muscle up fitness cover ever. in 95, it said Jay's sloppy shoulder routine.
Really?
Because I actually said I swing, and so, but it worked for me. Everyone has to find their individual needs, and you, as someone that that's taught a lot of people, trained the best of the best. You know, I mean, I watch everything I see now is you are somehow. I just watched the Olympia movie and I saw you in there.
How was it? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good because it shows that, like, you had the top 2 guys in the world, and you know, and having your take on, you know, and Steve Weinberger giving you praise as like the top trainer. It's pretty awesome, to be honest. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
but
Yeah. So let me ask you this one last thing. Chris Aceto, Hany Rambod, right? The biggest difference, because again, Chris, your entire career, and then I came in.
yeah,
And
you know, I give both you guys praise because, you know, I mean, I achieved greatness on both sides.
absolutely.
And I think the styles, I mean, you were very, you know, you were fixing a lot of things that were broken, especially my ego and my mentality. So I say the mentality approach, like you really put it in my head where you didn't, where Chris watched me from the get-go and said, you're going to be the best in the world. You were never one to say that I was going to come back and win the title. Not even that hour before we walked out on stage. You weren't saying, dude, you got this. You said, you look really good for what I've seen you look like in the past.
Yes.
But I think, you know, everyone's approach like this, and we did the volume, obviously incorporate FST7, which I hadn't done before, so I think the switch up of that. I think the nutritional aspect, you know, doing the step mill, I never did that before. You know, listen, I did the fish, I did the high and low carbs. It was just, you know, bringing back, I always said that you were there as a friend for me, and it never was supposed to be like, hey, I'm hiring you as a trainer. Mm-hmm. You wanted to check on my well-being. So it was a friendship of both sides that turned into like people that I relied on, almost like family in a sense, but the heart and soul of like, I want you to personally be better, like your overall being, and not just, back then, dude, you weren't a known coach
Right.
as much, right?
Right.
I don't even know.
I was still coming, going. I mean, I was no stills coach. So
But you hadn't, I was your first Olympia champ.
yes, for open men's, yes.
Yes, and
For men's, yeah.
the girl won that year.
Yeah.
Nicole Witter, right? Mm-hmm. Were you helping her that year?
Yes.
Okay. So, people forget that. I was the first Olympia champion. I mean, you were hanging with Ronnie, but...
Yeah, but I know I was his coach. No, I was never his coach.
So, I think it was really cool that we were able to do that, but I liked both styles in a sense, but you definitely pushed me more, especially in 2009, and, you know, to build that like that team almost, because Phil was training with me, and like I always said it's some of my best memories, because that was like the pinnacle, and I knew that we both said after 2009 I probably should have quit, because we both said, I said, can I be better than this? And you said no.
But you were still good enough to win the following year, but it could have been
It was
close.
It
Could
was close.
have went either way.
Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and I always question you, how do you balance out, and that continued with Hady and Derek for a while.
Yep.
How do you balance out having the top 2 guys in the world, and you leave one, and you're totally going to race your mind and look at the other and be subjective on that? So I credit you for that a lot, like to have I mean, you set the standard on that, man, like top 2 guys.
Yeah.
Will it happen again? That's the question, you know, you said no, so.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Congratulations on retirement.
yeah, right now it's about my family and that. But you never say never down the road. Or you might, you know, that's the one good thing about coaching. You could always keep going back to it. But right now, obviously, I'm having a great time doing this stuff, doing the, you know, the company, traveling, going all around the world, doing all the things that we do, and being able to now actually lean more into content.
What I love about now my mindset is I'm able to step away for the first time the last couple years and really look and evaluate and say, you know what, I gave too much here, or I gave too little, or I'm actually able to know my flaws and my successes much better than I ever could, because I've been removed for so long. It took me a long time to get away from that persona. So I think it's really nice that now I can actually kind of enjoy my career, and especially doing a podcast and talking about it, like even on situations like this.
Yeah.
I don't ever, if people have to bring me back, to remind me what it was, you know.
Yeah, but that's good though, because you never really enjoyed it, or didn't. You never enjoyed it.
And I wish I took it all in a little better than I was so concerned about everyone else and about moments and like the next thing, and I never enjoyed it. And that's one thing I can say to the youth or anyone, any of the future champions, take the moment in. Don't go like, everyone looks at me and says, oh, Jay had the textbook everything. I was wrong. So enjoy the moments, because they'll go by so fast, and then it's just a memory at that point.
And that's words of wisdom right there.
Yeah.
I think that looking back at it both ways, same way. I really feel the same way.
So the difference between Hany and Chris is still in the game. So your future guys might have a chance. Hany, he stepped out now, so unless we can find the next, you know.
Never know down the road, but for now, I'm enjoying my retirement.
Things.
Yes.
Congratulations, awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Number one exercise. Sidelines.
We had jobs. Busy, I guess, you know.
We had jobs.
You know what's funny? When I first
9 o'clock, it's
I came out
5
here-
o'clock, it's dead.
I came
It's
out,
like, yup.
I came out here in '93. I was 19, and I remember thinking the same thing, because in Massachusetts, like, you know, the gym, everyone goes to the gym after 5.
Yeah.
I remember coming in the middle of the day, and I'm like, how is there so many people? Do they not work?
Yeah. They don't have jobs.
But Hany's a California guy, so this guy wants to hit quad stomp right here.
That's it.
Show him the quads, bro. Show him the quads.
Quads. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah!
See this right here? See this? This is Jay Cutler. Amazing shape, but you see this? This is flat. Now, on a food program with next level. You know, they're gonna be like, what are you taking, bro? It's just food. He just doesn't need enough. Am I wrong?
My body needs a lot of food.
He needs a lot of food. Because he's probably eating maybe 3 times a day, right?
4 meals, but just not enough. I was so big before, you know. Just that everyone undereats. That's probably what the biggest thing I see now is people undereating. People are scared to eat in today's society. It's crazy to me.
It's expensive.
True that.
Who's better right now, him or Steve-O?
He's still trying.
Yeah. I mean, he's training on his Instagram. IG training.
No one loves it more than I do. Maybe Ronnie does. I think I still love it, but
You told me you were gonna stop working out. Remember?
yeah.
You
I
told me
train
you were-
more now than I did when I was competing.
And you told me that you were gonna stop traveling. You remember?
I have quit traveling some.
No, you cut back a little bit, but you still were traveling way more than you thought you were going to do. But it takes a lot to stay active, by it.
If I had children, I'm sure I wouldn't have, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's harder when you have kids because you got to deal with making sure to be a parent. Now,
I mean, I could say to you right now, do you want to have another child?
I would have if I would have moved to Texas sooner.
Really?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Why?
Because the stress of California is
Really?
to have a second child. I felt like we were just too much in the minutia. There was too much. But
Really?
Yeah.
But there was the fear of financial.
No,
Or-
just, yeah, financial business. Everything was so hard in Cali that it's like. But when you get to Texas, everybody is it's such a wholesome place, and people are all about families. My neighbor's got 6 kids, and he's an orthopedic surgeon.
see how he's doing a really good job going slower, controlling it, getting the mind-muscle connection. So that more time under tension, he's making the reps count. Don't just count reps, make the reps count.
Two, and do a flex set. I felt small next to Mike O'Hearn today.
Mike's pretty big, dude. Here, let me ask you this. Is Mike O'Hearn natural?
No comment. Throw the weight, because that's a lot. He hasn't done this in a fucking lifetime.
Yeah.
Right, your shoulder's okay, or?
Yeah, so far I'm just trying to feel if I can make sure I'm putting it in the shoulder and I'm not going to end up putting the air in something.
Farron's gonna be pissed.
She's going to call me an idiot. You moron. Come on now. Come on. Easy. Good. Okay, come on.
Easy work now, let's go. Come on. 8, come on. 9, come on, one more, come on. 10, good. That weight felt good for me.
Right weight, baby.
Three. One more.
Come on. Good. Now you got 3. Go. 1, 2. Now go slow. Good job, dude. You owned it. That was light. So he's putting his hands on his hip so we can be able to square up your shoulders. So help build stability and balance as you're doing your rep. Good. Up. Keep going, Jay. Good. Come on. Good. Slow.
Raptor R.
No, I had the regular one. Chris had the Raptor R, and then I drove it, liked it, but it was rough, so I ended up getting another Range Rover. I love my Range Rover, dude. It's just comfortable. The R is great, but it's just kind of like, it's very rough. It's very rough. Still have your Suburban?
Got a new one. Love it.
Yeah, so what we're doing now is we did front raises on the cable. Now we're doing rear delts. We're doing 4 sets. We're doing our old school high workout where we're hitting it. Nothing too crazy heavy, but just higher reps, like 15 reps, 15 to 20, and 4 sets. Get those shoulders back. Those elbows back. Squeeze. Go. Good. Go. 3, 2. 1 more. Go back, pause. Slow. Good job. Where's Eric? Where's Super Trainer? Yeah. All right, guys. We just got done doing shoulders and a photo shoot. The YoungLA shoot is completed for me. You still have one more day, right?
Yeah, we have one more day, but this is our Gold's Gym collaboration. So I participated in one last year, so this is, I think, the second one. They had such great success with it. But, you know, we're at the legendary Mecca Bodybuilding, which has been a long time. When was the last time you came out here?
At least 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
I mean, we try to come out pretty often, so.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You know, we got to link up. I did kind of surprise me you walking in. Although Phil kind of told me, he's like, "Oh, Hany said something about the shoot and whatever." I just didn't know if you were going to show up. No one told me.
Yeah. I talked to Phil about it. Told him I'm going to come out here. Trained with Tyler yesterday at my gym. Nationals, flying back for Nationals this weekend. So again, it was awesome because we got to work out, and like you said earlier, hopefully we get to get some of the sound dialed in, but if we don't, hopefully we'll do it again. The situation was that getting a workout in was something that I'm like, hey, you know what, I want to be consistent. So it's like, let's go, Jay. And he's always consistent, he's always good, and that's why he looks the way he does. And one of the biggest things that I'm proud of Jay on is the fact that he takes such good care of himself. You know, again, him and Phil having their health after competing was equally or more important for me. And we always talk about that, right? How so many people just throw caution to the wind, and especially the young people that are watching this, remember, it's not just about what the next 3 to 5 years look like. It's going to be, what are you going to do when you're 30s, 40s, or in your 50s?
Yeah.
We're in our 50s now, right, guys? And, you know, knock on wood, Jay and Phil are very, very healthy, and I really want to make sure that they keep it that way, because I never miss all of the amazing stories, because I forget stories, and he goes, remember that? Remember when we did that? Remember when we were with Phil and he was playing Guitar Hero because he loved Guitar Hero? Or we were waking his ass up, scaring him? Or when we were in Mumbai and he's throwing up? He's sick, and we were in India at the Shuru Classic. I think that was like 2011.
Yeah, I mean, that was, we had a lot of great memories. So if you guys don't know, like the year the quad stomp, I mean, that's what people know me for the most, is the younger generation. When the year I hit the quad stomp, that was my first year that we teamed up and actually worked together. And I was down and out, man. I lost in 08 to Dexter Jackson, and I thought, man, is this the end? I actually wanted to quit. And, you know, someone like me that people look at, you know, see the track record and saw how great I was against Ronnie Coleman, you know, win 2 titles, I lost. And I was ready to step away and retire, and Hany kind of came into my you know, camp and said, you know what, I still think you have it if you're ready to do it, you know. And he was just going to be a set of eyes for me. It turned into a whole you know, big comeback story, and you know, that's the year we hit the quad stomp, and it was actually formed. But to go back to the health aspect, I mean, even back then, you know, we were very conscious about our blood markers, and you know, people always asked, you know, we talk about the protocols and whatnot, and I think that, you know, the nutrition aspect is what we relied on people like Hany for, the training aspect in this. But you know, we had our own limitations on what we wanted to push ourselves to be. And back then, you know, I was chasing Ronnie Coleman for years, being the biggest I could possibly be. And he witnessed that. I mean, I asked him who, you know, probably the greatest physique of all time, and that's definitely Ronnie Coleman in 03. You know, he came back at, you know, close to 290, and if not over, to you know, dominate the stage. And I thought at that point I was going to take over the Olympia title after being second in 01, controversially, you know, sitting out 02. But, you know, to push the body to that limitations, it's extreme food, extreme training, and you know, we were training twice a day, and obviously when I started working with him, we backed down to once a day, incorporated a lot of different techniques, and like I mentioned, the FST7, which became, you know, apparent in Jeremy Buendia's training, Phil Heath, and you know, I probably still to this day are using a lot of athletes. But it gave a different approach to how we trained, and I think that's sometimes, you know, you think you're an expert, and just because I had 2 Olympia titles, and to bring someone on to advise me different from the past when I worked with Chris Aceto, you know, it really gave me a different perspective. But I was open-minded to that, and that's one thing I can tell anyone that's trying to learn: you're never an expert. I was never, and Hany can say this, we never ever master a physique on the stage. Every year there's different adversity you go through, mindset, you know, stress. You know, the body grows a couple pounds, it can throw everything off. So I think, you know, that's where you have to use your judgment. So there's no expert, there's no perfection. It's just, when you stand up there, it's a different game every year. And, you know, I'm just glad that we're able to do it. And like I said, it's good to reminisce a little bit. You know, these workouts are a little more leisurely these days, but we're not fighting to get back up on stage to compete. You know, we want to support all the champions that continue to do this. You know, I was asking a lot about Hady Choopan and his mindset, because, listen, I've been there. I've won the title, lost it, and came back, was still waiting. I mean, it's three second places in a row now. And, I mean, I always wonder, like, what's his mindset? Does he think he can come back and win it? And we'll see, you know. I mean, that's what makes bodybuilding exciting these days. You know, I get excited to watch it, and you know, and it's kind of nice. I asked him what it's like to actually sit stress-free in the audience and watch it, man, because now I don't have any horses in that race. I can cheer for every single one of the guys. I love to see Andrew Jack come up and Hady try to get it back, and Derek, of course, winning it back, making history like me. I think it's pretty cool. But you know, is there a new one arising? You know, you see Martin Fitzwater coming up. I mean, he's tremendous. And you know, waiting to see Hunter Labrada come back, and I mean,
a lot of
so many new talents coming in.
Absolutely.
But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, you know, the good thing is that we get to sit back and be able to appreciate it a little bit more, because as we were talking about during the workout, the biggest thing I think that both of us didn't do is appreciate it and be at it.
You never enjoyed it.
No.
And I've watched you stressed backstage, and I watched, even not being in my room, like every 5 minutes looking at physique and saying, please don't change because right now you're perfect. And then 10 minutes later being like, oh man, it's like, it's just so hard to balance, especially a larger physique, right? So, man, it's just like I sit here and I get emotional talking about it, and I can't imagine, like now it's just like we had a good time today. So it's always great. I'm glad you guys are watching the content. Remember, guys, your content is so important these days. So no matter who you are, document things because it's really important for the future. You never know where it's going to take you.
Yeah, share your journey. So, guys, make sure, I'm sure you're already following the Legend Jay. Make sure that you go into the comments below and let us know what you would like to see maybe on the next podcast for us to talk about, or what we would like to see us train together. Love you all. Hany Rambod, Jay Cutler.